I'm so close when you burn in hell forever. I'm so close when you burn in hell forever.
man, the king, the god of this shit, Nick fucking Gage. You know how I start this off. Shout out to all my MDK gang members around the world. And I want to let everybody know, Blvd Bullies versus the World is a podcast. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live on YouTube with my motherfucking boy, Larry the Legend. And what the Blvd Bullies are doing, they're trying to ignite a revolution. Within the fans unite and make the crowds electric again. So check out the Blvd Bullies vs. the World. 7 p.m. live Tuesdays with Larry the fucking Legend. MDK all fucking day.
I'm so close when you burn in hell forever.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the longest running episodic podcast on the Blvd Bullies YouTube channel. Welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the W. I'm your host, Patrick, PK, or as Larry likes to refer to me as, Pot, with the Blvd Bullies versus the World. And I'm joined by my host, Brian. Could you do me a favor? Could you tilt your camera just up a little bit? It would just be easier for you to tilt it. Keep going. Up. A little bit further. There you go. You're right there. You're there now. No, we can see your shirt. There you go. This is better. I'm joined by our hosts, our co-hosts, our family, our fellow fucking degenerates. First and foremost, a man who has now caused Deathmatch Elite 2.0 posts to have to be approved.
Allegedly.
By Big Brother. By Kevin Gill. By the powers that be, ladies and gentlemen. Your friend and mine, Bad Take Bry, Ginsburg, July, the merch guy. One punch.
Hello, fellow freaks. Welcome to the shit show. Oh, no.
And, of course,
Hi.
cat owner, Showcase Showdown winner, CZW Hall of Famer, the captain of the ship, my wrestling father, and all of your daddies. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry the Legend.
Thank you, Patrick. Are we doing our thing? Is it time? Are you going to lead us in this thing?
What thing? This thing? This thing of ours?
This thing of ours.
All right, ready?
This thing of ours.
Cheers. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It's been a wild month for the Blvd Bullies. We are still feeling the ripples. What do you call it? The aftershocks of the Nicolas Gage interview. Brett Lauderdale has broken his silence, except for on Twitter, but he's broken his voice silence. And he said on the recent podcast that was set up by Michael Servino and Kevin Gill on the GCW Patreon, in which he still owes a lot of people a lot of money for setting that up. He said that we took advantage. We took advantage of Nick. That's what he's insinuating, that we took advantage of him.
These people.
Let me ask you. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to tell you. That's funny that he should mention that, because I thought that Nick was taking advantage of us. Like we were kind of approaching the whole thing with, oh, well, I feel like Nick is just going to play us because he's friends with Brad. He's just going to play us. He's going to take the bread, and he's going to no-show. Because, yes, we paid him $153.
Oh, it wasn't 200?
It came in... Was it 200? So that's 204...
Same as Sabu. It was the same as Sabu.
That's in 4 separate payments, though. The flat rate wasn't 200. It was 50, and then I need another. And then let's get another. So I thought that he was playing us. So it's very hilarious to hear Brett say that we were playing him. I think that he thinks that because he has that type of mindset, and that's the way he treats people.
Yes. Yes.
He thinks everything's a fucking chess move in a game.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So suffice to say, we did not use Nick. We were just laughing about it. Me and Brian, weeks before, were laughing about it. And we were like, okay, he keeps asking for a few more dollars. Let's just call his bluff. Let's just keep giving him the money until he no-shows. We thought that we were the ones getting taken advantage of. Brian, am I wrong? Shed some light on this.
Halfway wrong. He asked for money 3 times before the show. We gave him money twice before the show. I said no more money before once, and then after the show, I had finished giving him the rest. So there was 3 payments, 2 before, 1 after, and he wanted it before, but I wanted to make sure that he would partake in the show.
And to be fair, the 3rd and 4th payment were like a double pay, and he did offer to give it back, and we said, no, Nick, keep it.
Right.
That's for
I
you.
said
We
to
love
keep it.
you.
I said to keep it because it was so dope.
Yeah,
Because
he
we're
did
not
a great
advantage
job.
takers. We're not advantage takers.
Dude, everybody that has come on this show has thanked me and said they had a wonderful time and would love to come again. So everybody could suck a nut or 2.
CUM again.
Right.
And, by the way, Nick Gage, yeah, maybe he had that whole cush snap / is it a problem, isn't it, thing that happened last weekend on the 4th, or 4th
Right.
rope on the 5th. I don't fucking know. I don't remember. That was all the way last week. But anyway, he's still booked to fight Drake Younger at Battleground, is it, Brian?
Battleground
And
Championship.
then this past weekend, I guess maybe it had something to do with the big event being in town, RF Feinstein's big event being in town, and Nick Gage showed up at Beyond.
Yep.
And he's going to fight Drew Gulak.
I saw that.
Ashamed, exiled, blacklisted Drew Gulak,
Mm-hmm.
who all the same people who all want to complain about all the same things should probably be complaining about Drew Gulak too. So is Drew Gulak and Beyond Wrestling taking advantage of Nick Gage now? Is Battleground Wrestling taking advantage of Nick Gage now? Now all of a sudden, Brett says that Nick Gage
Anybody who is not B. Lauderdale that does anything with Nick is taking advantage of him.
Right, because he was lured out of rehab.
Yes.
He was lured. And now the interview he did because he wanted to set the record straight with trusted friends from Zandig's Tournament of Survival 2. Trusted friends who got him kicked out of the Airbnb. He wanted to set the record straight with us. And we thought he was Brett in disguise half the time.
I couldn't see. I couldn't see.
It was very dark. It was very dark.
So, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys have any final thoughts on this? Because I kind of want to put a nail in this fucking coffin. And I don't want to start every show responding to things referring to this Nicolas Cage interview. So can we put a final thought on it? Can we put a button on it? Please.
All I want to say is thank you. Thank you to all the news and media outlets who covered it, that broke the news. It was adjacently mentioned on the Cornet Experience. And thank you to the over 3,000 of you out there that have listened to us, quote unquote, take advantage of one Nicolas Cage. Thank you. It is a milestone for the Blvd Bullies. That's all I want to say. That's all I got to say. Thank you.
I want to say thank you to Nicholas. And I want to say thank you to the guest this week, the man who we are taking advantage of this week, Tommy Trainwreck, who will be on the program at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Brian, put a button in the Nick Gage, Brett Lauderdale hubbubaloo.
Hullabaloo.
You thanked everybody, so I'm going to say fuck everybody. We're the Blvd Bullies, not the Blvd Nice Guys. And Nick Gage knew exactly who we are and what he was coming into, and it was a lovely time, and fuck you.
These people
These people.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Hey, Larry, let's get it a little bit lighter with it.
I'm trying to get all the way light.
Were you at MCW this week?
You know, it's my alma mater. It's my alma mater, Pat. And real quick, on a more serious note, I was backstage with an up-and-coming announcer named Robert Gennady. And this was Sunday.
Robert Lottie?
Gennady. This is serious, Pat.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
not taking advantage of a situation. I'm just taking advantage of the platform to actually wish Robert Gennady and his family condolences. Robert's mother was on a walk last night and was struck by a car and killed.
Damn.
And I know from one son that dreads the day that my heart goes out to Robert. And I just want to send him my condolences right now on the podcast. I just learned about this morning.
That's terrible.
And I was just with him Sunday night, and he was beaming and doing his backstage stuff at MCW. And you never know, you're around someone, they're smiling, they're happy, and then tragedy strikes. So I just want to send my condolences to the family of Robert Gennady and to all the sons and daughters out there that have lost mothers. And I don't think this is the first time I've done this on this very podcast, wish someone condolences for losing their mother.
You're
So
taking advantage of the platform.
Well, I want to take advantage of my voice and how far it reaches, considering we got over 3,000 viewers for the Gage interview. Maybe we'll have a little spillover. And to someone from the MCW family, my condolences on my platform, on our platform right now. But yes, Pat, I was there. The Velveteen Dream was there. Big Dixon from XPW fame, Ken Dixon was there. And I had a great time. It's so great to be around people that feel like family.
Yo, I saw a photo of you. You were honoring somebody. I forget her name. Miss Shannon?
Oh, Miss Shannon.
You were honoring her.
There's a tour. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, no, and you shared photos like
I lied.
over the last 15 years, 20 years, 10 years, 3 years. I don't know how many years, but you've shared multiple photos with the who's who of Maryland wrestling and you and this like lovely old lady. Not to be confused, not to be
she's
confused with
73.
Deathmatch Elite's old lady Shannon. Like an actual.
No, not that Shannon. No, Sharon. It's Sharon.
It's Sharon.
It's not Shannon. Sharon. Sharon. Yeah, but yeah, she's another member of the MCW family at large. This is what I'm saying. When you start out in an organization like MCW, which is a family-friendly, Leo Rush, all of the people that came through
I saw
it.
an Action Andretti photo.
Exactly.
I've seen several swerve moments.
Yes. And all of those people were our extended family for a time. But Miss Sharon Hauser, her son passing away is the whole reason we have that tournament every year, the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup. I know I've mentioned it several times, the Shane Shamrock Memorial Cup. That was her son. And ever since he lost his life, she's pretty much carried the flag of being a wrestling fan because she knew how much it meant to her son. And she's always on the scene. And I love her. I love seeing her. And I'm glad she's still with us. Well, I'm going to tell you the reason that I was there was a fan fest. There was a fan fest during the afternoon leading up to the show. And I saw our old friend of the Bullies, MJF.
Oh, I saw that post. I saw you post.
Oh
that.
my God, yo, his new hair is terrible, dude.
It's a good shoe fro.
It is a nice
his
shoe
hair
fro.
transplant that he got does not look good.
It's his natural hair.
It's not his natural hair. He flew to Turkey.
He flew to Turkey?
Yo, can I just say
he came back on a plane with his head bandaged like the Invisible Man.
Did he really?
That's what they do. Everybody who flies back from Turkey, the women sit on donuts because they got BBL, and the men have their heads wrapped like the Invisible Man because they got hair transplants.
So it's
Wow.
transplanted hair.
Why does it look like he grew the front lobe of his hair like a chia pet?
Because he got hair transplants in Turkey,
killed
apparently.
a baby and gave him the follicles, Brian. That's what they do over there. It's unsanctioned. It's no holds barred.
That's why they fly to Turkey for it.
Exactly, Brian. Larry,
I understand.
can you fact check me on the last few things I said?
I will. Let me just fire up the old computer that I have right behind me here.
Yeah.
But I just want to shout out Max's dad. Max's dad was there.
Maxine.
And I've met Maxwell's dad one time before at a CZW event, and he was like, "Hey, you might not remember me. I'm Steve, Max's dad." And I was like, "Of course I remember you. Because he went out of his way to follow me on Twitter after the time that he watched me announce his son and just tell me like, "Hey man, I don't know much about this stuff, but you are fire. And thank you for just bringing all that energy and life to the shows." He slid into my DMs, and I hadn't seen him since that time. And he was at the signing, the fan jam, and JBL was there in my dead uncle's duster. JBL was right in front of me in my dead uncle's duster.
How dare he?
Yeah, he was there. And Earl Hebner, Mike Chioda.
Wow, this sounds like quite the fan fest.
Was it this was not the big. This is not related to the big event.
No, I feel like they got these guys because they were en route too.
This is MCW's
Was
own
this like
fan
Friday,
fest.
Larry?
This was Sunday.
Oh, okay, so they're coming back.
Yeah, and they were like, let's collect a couple bags down in Maryland.
Maryland, yeah, Maryland.
Yes, indeed.
So, did you have an interaction with Maxwell?
Max is a big star, yeah. Excuse me, Max.
You know what? You made me want to light up this joint now, Larry.
Hey, man, you guys are all making
Max he's a huge star, and I told his dad we're all very proud of him. But the reason I mentioned that is because like you can't approach the big guys because they're always being approached by someone. They always got something in their face for them to sign. Max and I shared words while he was backstage trying to eat. Guys, he had to go backstage and like try to shovel Chinese food in his little mouth so that he could get out there and
His
fucking
tiny
have
little
the
mouth.
his little mealy mouth. And he was trying to get that food in there so he could get out there and be quick-witted with all these neckbeards. Also, can I just say, you guys know his signature is 3 letters. You know, because he's MJF, you don't got to do like bags. So he's real quick, 1, 2, 3, bye. 1, 2, 3, bye. 1, 2, 3, bye. And I was like, like everybody's paying the same price.
Well, and he's so smart because he
letters.
made part of his gimmick acting at meet and greets the way that every wrestler feels at meet and greet. So it's like, hey, I'm going to overcharge you. I'm going to show up late. I'm not going to care. And then I'm going to leave early, which is what every wrestler wants to do and how they feel inside. But he's like made a science out of it with his chia pet ass hair.
Can I tell you 2 interesting things I noted?
Please.
JBL and MJF were the 2 biggest attractions for people to come to this thing. So they both sat out at their tables, which were right next to one another, for the initial wave of people coming through the door. Then they both left. They left their tables because they got through the line. And they went to the back and just kind of milled about until another smattering of fans who got there a little bit later could arrive, and then they both came back out. And I was like,
Yeah, they weren't just sitting there waiting.
Yes, the lonely Virgil. They
weren't Virgiling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, so fascinating.
Also, one other thing.
Oh, yes.
One other thing, and then I'm going to let you talk. I'm going to let you finish. Velveteen Dream, Patrick Clark was also there. And out of respect for the two big guys, I guess he kind of like hung in the back for a while during that initial wave of people. So there were no like competing, oh, I want to spend my money here, I want to spend my money there. But he waited until that initial wave kind of died down, and then he came out, and then there was a whole big wave of people at his table. So what I'm saying is, like, I got to see these guys work, Pat. That's what I'm saying. I got to see these guys work. I've seen them work in the ring, but now I got to see them work a convention and sort of the ebbs and flows and smart way of approaching, you know, a fan fest.
I love that. And I just put out a small fire in the studio here.
Okay.
Do either of you, I saw a lot of clips from a lot of fucking cringy ass people and a lot of things that I hate about the Fan Fest in New York, the big event. Maybe we should have gone there in disguise and gotten some content. But you know what? Let the fucking weirdos do it. Do either of you have anything very quickly to say about the big event that took place?
No. I mean, for a while I was like getting cards and getting them signed, but I did that, and now I don't care to go there and do that.
Yeah, but mainly because everybody wants to kill us.
No, I just don't want. I mean, would they want to kill us there?
I mean,
I don't think so.
Joey would. Joey
Janela
would.
Than just a
Is
catchphrase.
Joey Janela-
sees you.
Joey Janela was he at the Fan Fest
I
signing
don't
thing?
know.
I don't
You
think
know,
he was.
I want to say also that I really badly want to go to Jay Finn's first match at Arrival, but I quickly realized that Arrival was basically VXS. And then I also realized that a lot of people could mistake me for Brian. So even though I would love to go support Jay Finn, and by the way, Jay Finn, Bullies fan, Bullies friend. He hates Brian,
Wrestled?
but who doesn't? So I kind of want to go to Arrival and support Jay Finn. But I think about all the times I was a dickhead to Isaac when he tried to come to Outlaw, and I think about how Joe Janela might just think that I'm Brian. I think I'm going to stay home and cheer from afar.
Arrival?
Arrival.
Arrival?
Arrive. Yeah, you can't even really do it with that.
Arrival.
Hey,
Arrival.
we got Tommy
Arrival.
Trainwreck on the show this evening.
Yeah, Tommy.
Everything's great. Everything's grand. Hey, something in the news this week. Marco Stunt has announced his retirement from professional wrestling. And the reason I want to bring this up, Larry, you know, we don't do current events really. We don't really do news. We just fucking sit around and get wasted and bullshit. But I put this in my notes because, Larry, you were the one at GCW Lost in New York, August 2018, who brought Marcos into the ring as a small little Gary Cooper seeming like fan who did a bunch of great moves to Kyle the Beast. And you were the one who shepherded Marcos into professional wrestling at the hand and genius of one B. Lauderdale. Care to remind us and take us through that evening?
One of the best things about Brett is his ability to kind of let you know on a need-to-know basis what is going on for the real elicited reaction of the performers when it happens. And I want to tell you that I don't know how this happened, but fucking after the Wheatus performance, I think Brett just told me, get ready to start the show. KTB is going to interrupt you. And just, that's it. No, Marco is going to come out of the crowd. None of that. If you ever review that, I'm totally blind to what's going on, and that is why my friend that I was like, all right, what's your name? And he's like, Marco, and I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, Marcos. And he's like, no, not Marcos, just Marco. And I feel that organic kind of like, I don't even know who the fuck you are, like I don't know your name, is a testament to, I dare say, brilliance that someone like Brett, and at the time Danny, I don't know whose idea it was, but at the time Danny was still
so
around.
what you knew, you're saying that what you knew is that Kyle the Beast was going to come out and interrupt you. You didn't know that Kyle the Beast was going to challenge any member of the audience, and that this plant.
But Pat, I'm a student of the game.
No, but that's fucking brilliant,
you know what
because
I mean?
it did elicit like, you know, the details matter.
Yes.
So the fact
but
that you were
like
surprised, you
yes
vibrated that fucking energy, and it helped the whole thing in a way.
I'm not. I don't think that I mean, I do think I'm the best, but I think that the hidden quality that I bring to the table is like, I will help you run the show. You can leave me in the dark about a title change or Nikki running in and doing a run in, or, you know, whatever. You can leave me in the dark about that, but I am so in tune with what we're going for, the reactions we want to elicit, that I'm not going to fuck that part up. I might fuck your intro up. I might lose my voice, but I'm not going to fuck up the fucking, this is what this is that we're presenting.
So you're saying that you'd rather know, you don't want to be worked. You'd rather know what happens. Because you can handle...
No, Pat. Okay. I don't want to be worked when Danny and Brett start beefing, and all of a sudden Danny's not there, and I say to Brett, what's going on? And Brett's like, don't worry about it. I don't want to be worked in that sense. But in the sense that, okay, Riddle's going to beat whoever, PCO, and then immediately Gage's music is going to hit, and Gage is going to come out, and a match is just going to break out. I do want to be worked like that. Because if you go, I know that everybody in the audience is watching everything. They're watching the announcer. They're watching the timekeeper. They're watching the action in the ring. I like being left in the dark about things like that. And I feel like certain promoters know that I'm so with it that, Larry, you don't even need to tell him. He's got this. So, you know, yeah, I like to be worked for that, the fan in me, and for a real react. Remember Sam Irvine? What, did she cry or something when someone won a belt recently? Did Samantha Irvine, like, when she was doing it up?
When Cody completed his story, she shed tears.
Larry's frozen.
Shit.
Unless he's just pontificating. He's just thinking.
He has a good frozen.
Maybe he's just thinking.
Screenshot.
I think he's just thinking about what to say next.
No.
Yeah? No? Well, I mean, it's all for the best, because I was kind of bored with this whole discussion anyway. I wanted to move on to other things. Things that fired me up today. And I am going to start.
Get fired up.
But I do fear that Larry will come back and... Oh, shit. Hold on.
Full dropout.
You know what? This is a good time to get to Thoughts of a Cowboy, Brian.
That's a quick cowboy.
Wow, okay, Brian, that was Thoughts of a Cowboy. He posed a very interesting question this week. You couldn't hear it. Hold on. Oh, my God. It's muted. Thoughts of a Cowboy is muted. Okay, hold on.
Jesus Christ.
All right, hold on. I'm going to fix it. Let me fix it.
Welcome to the shit show, folks.
Welcome to the shit show, everybody. No, that's wrong. Hold on. Okay, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna go thoughts of a cowboy. We're gonna go properties. We gotta go loop.
I feel like they should make this so much like easier than to like
Fuck. Oh my God, we're fucking it up.
that fucking program look kind of crazy. OBS.
Okay, hold on.
Is that what you're doing?
All right,
Or
here's
are
what
you
I'm gonna
OBSing?
do. Here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of trying to fix it in studio mode, I'm just gonna do it live. All right. So hold on, Brian. Goodbye for now.
It's Tuesday. It's Blvd Bullies. It's Thought of a Cowboy. If you could kick any fictional character's ass, who would it be? My selection, Simple Jack. I'm going to light him up like a Christmas
You're
tree and
yelling.
then tap dance over his body with an accordion.
Did we all
Tommy
go
Trainwreck is here.
Thoughts with the Cowboys.
Let's get
plan.
after it, huh?
Did we all go off? It's me.
Just you.
I had to
All right,
reset my
did you
network
hear
settings.
that? Did you hear those thoughts of a cowboy?
Was he heard?
I feel like he might have been heard.
I heard him.
You didn't hear him. You didn't hear shit, Larry. You pulled a
I
Nick Gage in the
stopped so
woods.
that I could watch it.
You
I
pulled a
left so I
Nick
could
Gage
watch
in the
Thoughts of a
wilderness.
Cowboy. It was short. It was a short. but
it was a
sweet.
short. Mm-hmm.
All right, so basically, thoughts of a cowboy, our rhinestone cowboy, the best segment of the show, asks if you could kick one fictional character's ass throughout all of media, who would it be? Who did he say? Lucky Jack? Happy Jack?
Simple Jack.
Simple Jack. Who the fuck is that, Brian?
Wasn't Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder? Wasn't that Ben Stiller's character in Tropic Thunder where he was the mentally challenged guy?
I mean, my immediate reaction is I want to fight and beat up Joffrey from Game of Thrones.
I've never seen Game of Thrones.
I want to beat Joffrey's ass.
I'm gonna have to go Jafar because Jafar's a pedophile.
Okay.
All lions are.
Tropic Thunder, yes, we confirmed. Little Jimmy from Tropic Thunder. Larry, what about you? One fictional character whose ass you just want to beat.
Probably the judge at the end of Dead Presidents, after Lorenz Tate pleads his case about having gone to Vietnam and been a Marine and served his country. So he begs leniency on the court. And the judge, who is played by Martin Sheen, is like, I was a Marine too, young man, and you were a disgrace to the uniform. You're a disgrace to the USA, and I sentence you to the maximum amount of time that I can sentence your black ass to. And don't you ever take the name of the U.S. Marine Corps like that in vain. And dude, Lorenz Tate throws the chair. He throws his chair at the judge, and I literally jumped up and cheered when he did that, even though he didn't hit the judge with the chair. I literally jumped up and cheered because I was like, bro, you know the arc of this character and he's a good man. And this judge is just leaning on him, being like, you're going to jail for the rest of your life, motherfucker. And I hated that guy. So the judge and he had the Dead Presidents.
Yeah, fuck that judge. Ooh. Kevin Spacey in Horrible Boss is a pretty big piece of shit.
Kevin Spacey in Horrible Bosses. Bill Lundberg from The Office Space. The Office
How about
Space.
how about the
reminiscent of
guy?
every shitty boss you've ever had. I'm sorry, Larry.
How
Go
about
ahead.
how about the guy in the wheelchair from Lebowski? You know that guy in the wheelchair from the Big Lebowski, bro. That guy, I want to beat the shit out of him.
Yo, before we get to Larry's favorite part of the show and the comments, and we're making good time because we got Tommy Trainwreck at 8 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
I just want to send a heartfelt and truly, saddened rest in peace to Joey Sweet Cheeks. Apparently, Joey Sweet Cheeks has died. He's passed away, and that's very, very sad to me because I met him through a shot of wrestling, and he was always a fan of the Blvd Bullies, and he was always like a friendly, fun guy. And, out of all the neck beards that exist, I mean, Joey Sweet Cheeks, he didn't have a beard, but he definitely had a neck beard.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a clever, fun guy. He wasn't a punisher. He was like a nice, fun, clever guy. He had a little fucking light behind his eyes. And so when I hear that he passed away, I don't know the details or care that much to investigate or ask. But I'm saddened. I'm saddened by it. Larry, do you know Joey Sweet?
I know him through when ICW used to run that Ultimate Fitness Queens and the Elks Lodge, the True Elks Lodge. I know him as a mainstay in the wrestling community of the greater metro in New Jersey. And what was the other one? Connecticut. And he was always fun to be around. I always loved taking pictures with him and hugging on him and having him hug me back. And I hate when you're not going to get to see someone ever again. I hate it.
Well, speaking of hate, this morning I woke up and, I scroll through the news. I research for the show, things I want to talk about, things I might want to address. And I saw our old friend, a man who is riding high on adrenaline ever since NHB came back and Danny DeMonto made himself the surprise good guy to come back at the end of his own show and set up a whole thing that I don't fucking care about, a whole contrived thing. It doesn't matter. Our old friend Mittens, this morning while I was taking a fucking shit,
Old friend.
because that's the only time I care about Facebook, I saw Mittens say, "Karma works in mysterious ways. This one douche talked all that shit about me wanting to pursue what I wanted within wrestling and said degrading things about my mom and said she would die soon. But he's the one that croaked. What goes around comes around is all I'm going to say." And I don't know if this is about Joey Sweet Cheeks, but Larry, you mentioned Joey Sweet Cheeks' long-standing ties with ICW. And like I said, while I was taking a shit this morning, I read this thing about that Mittens posted. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, Mittens gonna Mittens. Because, of course, everything that doesn't matter is the hugest deal in the world and is in what you want to pursue within wrestling or whatever. And then I saw later this afternoon, while I was just merely pissing, that Joey Sweet Cheeks had passed away. And I just thought to myself, I don't know if what Mittens said is about Joey S. or not. But I just want to say, if somebody says disparaging things about somebody you love, if somebody even wishes death upon someone you love, that person dying is not karma. That's way off fucking balance. It's so off. This guy said that my mom was going to die, so now he died. Like, that's not, I just want to say, like, that's not how it works. And if that is how it works, God help us all. I hope all your mothers die. Because I don't even want to be in a fucking karmic balance that is that unbalanced. So fuck you, Mittens, if it was about Joey Sweet Cheeks. And if it wasn't, screw you then. I'll downgrade it. But either way, your fucking perception of karma is so way off, it makes me fucking sick. And then I gotta continue because the comments are the worst part. And friend of the program, Mittens. Friend of the program, Tony Deppen. Listen to what Anthony fucking Deppen says. Somebody who I used to think was smart. Some dude got me fired from a job over a decade ago because he made accusations about me. He just hated me and was friends with the boss. My life went down the tube for a bit. He ended up dying in a car accident. Karma is real. Now, I really hope that Tony Deppen just made that up to show the absurdity of the whole situation. But I don't even know what to believe anymore. But either way, I just want to say to all our enemies, die slow.
I just find it pretty funny that people find it okay to make jokes about people that die because they don't like them. But when people make jokes about people that they love, then it's a big problem.
I just think that it's the sickest thing in the entire world to believe that because somebody insulted your mother, they died. And the universe wanted that. The universe decided that you're that important, that somebody made fun of your mom and then they died.
Please.
Sorry,
You
Larry.
want to talk about the ICW show for a minute before we get into Larry's favorite part? Quick comments on NHB
there was an
coming
ICW
back.
show. There was an ICW show.
The ICW chains are going to Japan.
Bobby Banks is going to Japan.
William Banks is going to Japan.
That's what he said.
Hey, do you know a wrestler who wants to go to Japan?
The Struggles going to?
I'm not. Struggles wasn't even at this show.
No, he's on Arrival. Who might be going to Japan?
Was Conrad Thompson was the announcer. It
wasn't
commentator.
Conrad Thompson, dude.
Jack
it was
Solomon.
Jack Solomon. Sorry.
That was way off.
I mean, it's pretty. They sound very white. Very
God.
white.
Is Jack Solomon the guy who's like, oh my God, it's Danny D'Amato?
It was
At the
very
very
bad
end.
screaming. I had to put it on mute.
Podcast.
It was Conrad Thompson, dude.
Who runs like Bruce Pritchard and Ric Flair and all the fucking.
All right, so Brian,
what?
Brian, as an objective consumer of the Death Match, how do you rank ICW NHB show number blank blank that
I
happened?
think it was 65.
65.
The crowd there was a big crowd. It was a loud, big crowd, but the matches were mediocre. There was one pane of glass used the whole night for the Otis Koger Hoodfoot match. The first three matches were snooze fests. Redacted versus Bev match of the night, and I thought the main event, or was it Homicide versus Koger, was good. It was very WWE. There was a bunch of run-ins and it was like interference, and I liked it.
It was very WCW Nitro.
Yes, it felt old, like wrestling. It was very
that's
wrestling.
fun. When you're there, I want to shit on that, but you can't because when you're there live,
For a
it's so
second,
fun.
it had me think Homicide was about to win. And I feel like what wrestling is. That's
a bunch
wrestling.
of near falls, bunch of run-ins, bunch of chicanery and shenanigans.
Were the Kirks on the show, Brian?
Negative. No, Little Mean Kathleen was on the show, and she wrestled Thomas Vendetta.
Thomas Vendetta, who will be on the show in a few minutes. But let's get to Larry's favorite part for now. Can we do it in 10 minutes?
Don't even acknowledge it.
Let's try to do it without branching. Brian, break it down.
Go,
Break it down,
go.
Brian.
All right, every week we do the giveaway. We show some shit, and then you got to comment on the video, not the live chat, but the video. After the show ends, you comment, and then you can comment multiple. Every time you comment, you enter yourself into the Wheel of Fortune. So the more you comment, the more chances you have to win. And this week you can win a lovely Ricky the Dragon Steamboat drawing. A little quote. Dragons breathing fire right down your fucking neck. Yeah. A little card deck. ICW. No chase cards. And a 1,000 milligram chocolate bar.
Incredible. Let's read these comments.
Or Pangor stickers.
So last week we basically got really drunk. I feel like all three of us were at like a.
I was taking shots.
Yeah, you were doing shots of tequila. Larry was a little bit worse than usual, and I was pretty much on par with where I usually am, except for when the Mets were in the playoffs. And
Celebration pad. The celebration
we got wasted,
pad.
and we partied, and we hung out, and I think the show ended poorly. I never watched them back, so I don't know. But let's just read what they say. Tony Norman, very, very smart, based on the strategy of commenting 2 different emotes on 2 different comments. That means 2 entries. Lucha Libre G6L says, this is my favorite. This is who I hope wins. I'm going to thumbs up this comment and heart it right now. So all this GCW feud is because Pat threw popcorn when Brett wanted to impress the merch girls and then saw Pat and the wrestlers having fun. So he was jealous. For me, it's pretty obvious who takes so much time to make fake profiles, making posts denying everything, answering in random Facebook posts, has something to hide, and probably more than his young girlfriend back in the day. I'm really looking forward to Mike G from 7 interview. Thank you, like always. Wow, that's a great comment. Brian, I
didn't
love
see
popcorn. That. And I just want to say, I guess it's time to break the news about the Mike interview.
Yeah, we did already.
We already
I announced it. I announced it. That's why he made that comment. He said he's very excited.
Oh, cool. We announced it last week. I was wasted. John Richter says, also looking forward to the other interviews. Mike 7 and Trainwreck. Another comment. I come here for whining. Or winning.
Come
T. Curly 4580 says, I, for one, hope you just continue the show and keep on keeping on. I find Pat calming on a Tuesday night. He pairs well with an indica hybrid. Oh, my God. That's a great compliment.
Now you want
like
that guy
one,
win.
too. That's a really good one.
Me too.
Yeah. From now on, if you see that your comment has been hearted and thumbs up, it's because you said something nice about me, because I'm the one doing it.
I like every single comment.
I like everyone.
Yeah, Patrick's just rude.
Well, now
I even like the hate ones.
Too.
I like the hate ones too.
The hate ones
Me
are great too.
Me
Need that
too.
giveaway. I like chocolate, and I'm Larry too. That's about username Larry 2789. That sounds like Brett Lauderdale to me. He would say I'm Larry too. Cameron Brock says, "What happened to Maria Manic? We need her on here."
Oh, Maria.
Should we ask Maria Manic to come on and just tell everyone that she's alive?
We didn't. Don't we remember? Everybody got so mad at me.
Every time I text her, she replies. Every time.
Does that
She's
shit where
fine.
she takes the pic. She puts guys in headlocks and they take
No.
photos. Yes, and they pay for it.
No.
Yep, it's on the internet. It's a website.
No, I don't believe you. Collecting with Caleb says, I'm here for the trading cards. My fiance is here for the chocolate bar. Sam Meek says, that's the best drink, Brian. Same. Tequila. I drink good shit, bruh. Wesley Easter says, MAGA. What's your problem? What's your problem?
Wesley Easter. He likes fucking America,
yeah, but
dude.
we don't talk about fucking politics here unless it's what John
So maybe he's talking about. Maybe he said something about necrophagy.
Horror, pain, gore, death. Stoked to be working with 7. Horror, pain, gore, death will be releasing a CD compilation for King of the Death matches. Let's fucking go. Axel Knows 90. The ICW show is at Sonia in Cambridge, Mass. I'll be there. It's going to be epic to see most of 440 in person. And the entire card is stacked. If you want, I'll come on the show and review it. Just kidding. I'll leave that to you guys. And then Axel
he
goes
should
on
have
to say,
come. Axel knows should have come.
he goes on to say, Brett is a dirtbag. I think that Nick is fine, and Brett's just trying to ruin his reputation because he doesn't want to be a part of GCW right now. Larry, you had an interesting theory about the Nick and Brett relationship in regards to the Hammerstein Ballroom show. Do you want to share that with us right now before we bring on Tommy Trainwreck, before we show the winner of the Wheel of Fortune?
It is clear to see that Brett has hitched his anchor to the ass of Nick Gage, okay? And he has made it back to the pinnacle of most indies by once again running the Hammerstein Ballroom, he has got to deliver something big. He has got to deliver something big. So just like in the past, when Eddie Guerrero had to go to rehab and he was taken off of WWE, he was suspended or fired or whatever they did to him back in 01. And then Eddie was like bouncing around the indies. He was popping up at ROH. He did a stint at MCW, my alma mater, MCW. All of a sudden, Eddie Guerrero, fresh off TV, in rehab, was like keeping himself in shape, keeping his name out there, buzzing. I would not be surprised if this is all leading up to.
So it's all work. It's all work.
Why not? I would venture to say you were more liable to see that than Nick in Atlantic City for the cage death, which would also be one hell of a fucking coup de grace.
Well, it's very interesting too because GCW, the last time they were in Hammerstein, they used a lot of AEW, like upper echelon talent to help sell out that show, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then now they've positioned the entire marketing about the next one to suggest that like they're going to go straight GCW and they're not going to bring in extra people that draw. So it's just, I don't know, it's just fascinating to see. Brian, what was it, Collecting with Caleb?
Yes, sir.
He's here for the cards. The fiance is here for the chocolate bar.
You get them both, buddy. So
But I guess if
he's a fan of the show. He's a friend of the show. I have his address already, so that's an easy one.
I guess if I was to guess what was going to happen, it's that the people versus GCW and the whole marketing campaign behind burying the last GCW show is really just exactly that, a marketing campaign. And they're probably going to run the new one exactly like they ran the last one, which is they're going to bring in JBL, they're going to bring in Baron Corbin, they're going to bring in Jinder Mahal's going to be on the show.
Moxley?
Yeah, you probably have a little Mox, you probably have a little Nick. And it'll sell out because Brett will buy the rest of the tickets. Tony Khan will buy the rest of the tickets. So it'll sell out.
Well, it's selling much slower than the last one sold. When they did the first show at Hammerstein, there was no card announced, just like the same deal, and that shit sold rather quickly. We had tickets.
Well, Brian, I think I blame you. I think the only difference between then and now is you, and you fucked everything up, dude.
How is it me? I mean, suck a dick. Now you're against me. You're on the bottle.
He's a bully.
Why'd you make GCW not sell out so quickly this year, Brian?
I'm already blamed for XPW not selling out. I don't attend GCW shows. That's on GCW fans. You should yell at them. It's like women being upset that Donald Trump is president. They should have voted for Kamala Harris.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
Well, why are you hiding from Amanda that you voted for him?
I don't vote.
What was the first GCW at Hammerstein? That was Jeff Jarrett versus Effie, or Jeff Jarrett versus Mance.
Jeff versus F.
And then it was a
EFFY.
Jeffy versus Effie.
Did they have was Osprey on it?
No, but I remember
I don't think so.
Ruby Soho beat like Alley Catch or something too.
Wasn't it? Yeah, and then it was Nick Gage and Tremont beat
against the Briscoes.
Against the Briscoes,
and the Briscoes won.
No,
but the feed cut out.
Tremont and Gage won.
I don't remember.
I know you don't. You were there.
Yeah.
I was at Newark for ICW the same night.
Hold on. This guy.
What's up, fellas?
Well. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now. Tommy Trainwreck. Brian, you do the better intro. Brian, you do the intro.
Death Proof, owner of We Love Wrestling,
Yes,
Thomathan Trainwreck.
Thomas.
Hey, yeah, you don't got to go so formal. You can call me Tom.
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 Tom Train.
Tom Train.
Yo, what's up?
How's it going, fellas? I'm golden, man. I am golden. I am one of those people that likes to overplan things. So that explains my premature ejaculation before.
You were the only person to ever prematurely evacuate on this show.
But you know what? I
Really?
kind of loved it because it was
No,
like
I
7
would-
o'clock on the dot. We're
Very professional.
late. We're scrambling
late.
around. We're sharing notes. We're waiting for Larry. The music is playing. The timer's going.
I'm in the shower.
7 o'clock. Yeah, on
I like
the
to
dot.
shower
Thomas.
before these.
Tom.
If you're you know what I mean? If you're on time, you're late, dude. I'm one of those guys. I can't.
I'm honestly the same exact way, brother.
I'm the exact
God.
opposite of that.
Exactly. Me and Pat are like, if I come, I come. If I come, I come. You know,
I come
like,
early. I'm an
what are you
early
gonna
comer.
do?
I'm an early
Me too.
comer.
Early and often.
People appreciate
Early-
us, Tommy. Tommy, we're appreciated. You understand? Early
Somebody's
comers
gotta-
are
somebody's gotta
appreciated.
It's honest work, but somebody's got to do it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Tommy Trainwreck and begins for early comers 2024. Tell us about We Love Wrestling. Tell us about this fucking shit that we love to keep posting and sponsor.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. So We Love Wrestling is it's a little bit of a passion project of mine. We had our first show November 4th of last year. So as of this point, we've held 13 professional wrestling events, and it's more than just a name from me. We Love Wrestling is it's one of those things. It's like everybody who's here gives a fuck about wrestling. It's not just we're not just here for an envelope. We're not just here for some fucking bullshit to stroke our own egos. We're here because we love the business. So that brings us to this tournament we're talking about, the Death Wish Cup, coming up March 1st at the legendary Berwyn Eagles Club.
Mhm.
Man, it's one of those things. You guys know I'm a deathmatch wrestler. Being a deathmatch wrestler, I have too many friends and connections in the deathmatch world to not take advantage of that in running a deathmatch tournament. And at the end of the day, people have to throw the term mark around, but like I'm a fan. I'm a mark at the end of the day. So this tournament is what I love about deathmatch wrestling and what I think deathmatch wrestling should be.
Why'd you say it like
You know
that?
what I mean?
Take advantage. Why'd you say it like that?
Because man, I have friends, deathmatch wrestlers, and if I could be like, hey, brother, you want to come down and do my show? And it's a lot easier to have that communication where some other promoters might not have that line of communication that I have, being one of the boys.
So it's not taking advantage in a negative way. It's taking
No,
advantage
it's
of
taking
right.
advantage of it's the gang mentality in the most positive way imaginable. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like we're all like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a fraternity, dude. You know, it's like calling in a favor of one of the boys. You know, not in that sense, not in taking advantage of in like the predatory type of way that pro wrestling sometimes gets associated with.
Like we
you know,
do. Yeah, or like we do.
I mean, a prime example of it is, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Beyond run before No Holds Barred the other day with the show that Nikki appeared on and he challenged Gulak
Yes.
at the end? Wasn't that right before at HB the
Yep,
same night?
Same day.
So that's the type of taking advantage that you're talking about, like, you know, partnering.
Well, don't make
with
the
another
guy.
company.
Don't make the guy say that, Larry. Don't make the
No,
guy
no,
say
but
You
he's
didn't
not
make him
wrong,
say
though.
anything.
Dude,
Right.
No,
that's,
he's not wrong.
that's old school. That's old
Yeah,
school,
cer-
Pat. That
certain-
Gabe during ROH days and Evolve and Dragon Gate days, he did that to tour his company. To tour his company, he went to places that already had established audience, established stars.
It's
and he bought
Well,
piggybacking.
but Larry, I don't think that We Love Wrestling is trying to do that. I think We Love Wrestling is all about upping all of it, the raising water.
But I'm talking about
the
taking
ships.
advantage of your brother. Like he
Right,
knows
yes.
RPW. That's the Bruins is like RPW
Yeah, it's
shit.
like brother,
That's,
brother
to
in
me,
a
that's
good way. Though.
RPW.
It's like in a good way.
Yes, not the Carney
Yes.
brother shit. As in the like, can't we all be friends, brother? You know?
Well,
Yes,
this guy means
cohesiveness.
it, obviously.
Now
I do.
you're doing a show with RPW.
Correct. February 8th, we are doing a show called Strange Brews. It'll be at the world famous La Pica Lounge number 3
La Pica.
in downtown Milwaukee. Yes, sir. And it'll be live streamed on IWTV. So yeah, man.
Nice.
working together with some other companies that are doing some cool shit, so everybody can do some cool shit, you know. And it's great to see, man. And it's not just us; there's a lot of people doing it. The chains are playing nice with Horror Slam, you know. Like we got a lot of different cohesions going on, and it's gonna fucking love to see it.
That's a good thing.
It is a good thing, absolutely, absolutely, because there's plenty of food at the table. You know what I mean?
Yes. You can have MLJ. You can have Larry Legend. You can have David Adams. You can have Sam Laterna. It's a bevy. A bevy.
But is there too much?
There can be too much. There can be too much of a good thing, but are we at that point yet?
What kind of fucking question?
I don't think so.
Jesus
I think
Christ,
more...
Brian.
It's an interview, motherfucker.
Yeah, he's added some levity. I understand, dude. It's not all rainbows and sunshine. Yeah, sometimes it can be too much of a good thing. But
Hey, let's talk about
yet.
your wrestling career. Let's talk about your deathmatch wrestling activities. You had a pretty busy weekend.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
10-2. So I had 3 shows this past weekend, wrestling for ICW Milwaukee, which is Dysfunction's promotion.
Yes.
They run They run the Insane 8 every year. There are the guys who put deathmatch wrestling on the map in Wisconsin for certain. So I got to wrestle the legendary Mickey Knuckles on Friday night, which anytime you get to step in the ring without Mickey, that's a pleasure, you know.
Oh, I saw some of that. The butt spot.
Under
you know,
the
I
purple
like
lights.
shit like that with the butt. Yeah.
Yes. I'm not all blood and guts. Sometimes I have a little bit of personality, and I'll shake my ass, you know. Who knows?
I liked it. I liked what I saw.
Dance off.
I appreciate it.
It's fucking
awesome. You know what I mean?
So then what about the other 2? So what night was that? What night was Mickey?
That was Friday night.
Kicking it off with a biggity bang.
Yes, sir. And then the next, I had another show in that same building at 1 p.m. for Battle Tested Pro Wrestling, which I am their heavyweight champion. So I defended my heavyweight title in the main event against a man known as Dastardly Neil Dillinger. And then later on that night, I wrestled at ICW Milwaukee again. And I wrestled a guy named Gunnar Wicks and defended my ICW Alternative Championship. So a couple first-time ever matches for me. Busy weekend. 3 matches in 2 days.
It's fucking awesome.
So can I ask you, with those progression of matches, were you kind of thinking like, I'm giving everything to Aunt Mickey, since that's the I mean, notwithstanding those other 2 names, I mean, you know, Aunt Mickey Knuckles, Tournament of Death winner, first woman to win the TOD, you know, her name rings fucking hell's bells. So like, as a going into all 3
and that was a death match. So yeah, I'd say most of the eggs were in that basket. Yes. Sorry, guys, but yes, most of the eggs were definitely in the Friday night basket. So needless to say, I was dragging ass all weekend, but we got it done. You know.
Fair.
Now, if it would have been the opposite, if you had Aunt Mickey last with those other 2, would you have kind of been like, hey, you know, I want to like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, we would have been leaving some gas in the tank to blow it away in the main event for certain. Yeah.
And I can empathize with that, like having to do like Danny when he did the Boardwalk Buds. That was like 5 shows across 3 days. And it's like, I can't go out there. It's about to go down on night 1, because by night 5, or 3, I'm gonna be like,
right.
You know, like you gotta be strategic. You know,
it's a marathon, not a sprint. Sometimes, you know.
Let me say something. You know, Tommy, you and I go back to my days up New England and beyond, is when I think we first kind of got to know each other, when I was with the team Pazuzu. And you were the Crusade for Change. And isn't there actually like a match where I'm like on the outside with Pazuzu and you're working? And there may actually be like one of our first interactions where you were just kind of like doing your thing with, you know, Darius and them, and you know, I'm being the English manager.
That was the show. We were tasked to go do a segment as they were cleaning up Fans Bring the Weapons. If you remember, they did Fans Bring the Weapons first, and then we had to go do a segment while they were cleaning up Fans Bring the Weapons, while they cleaned it up, and then it turned into a match between us, and that was the debut of Anthony Gangone, actually. So yes, that was our very first interaction. That was what, 2013?
Yeah, it was no, that had to have been 15.
15? Yeah, I smoked a lot of
15. I'm
weed,
going to say
Larry.
that was 2015. My time with Pazuzu was really one solid year, 2015 into 2016, and then they kicked me out. They kicked me out. You know, I found out about it when I got there. But like, you know, they fucking Pinky put a bullet in the back of my head right there in the ring, and I'm like, so do I come back? And Drew's like, yeah, we'll call you.
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker, I've been written off.
Yeah, I had a pretty similar experience.
Yeah.
Needless to say.
That's
Good time.
that's that mafia, that G shit that a lot of people don't understand unless you're in it. It's like sometimes you get what is it, wiped out, and you don't even see it coming, and then it's like coming to coming all together as you're driving home. You're like, wait a minute, who am I gonna come back with now? If EYFBO's gone and I'm just with Pinky and Dickinson's doing his own thing and Pinky just fucking gave me a nut shot and kicked me out of the ring, I'm never coming back.
Hey,
Got
Tom,
married, right? What's up, brother?
what do you like to watch as far as classic wrestling goes? You got
dude, I don't
any
watch-
old
I don't watch,
CZW, ROH,
classic
ECW,
for me,
WCW?
yes,
What do you
yeah.
got on the playlist?
For me, I'm a big ROH, like early, like ROH, like 2000, like 2008 was like my favorite time period in ROH. But I am very much a big mark for that whole early era of ROH. That's my shit, dude. Same with CZW. I was a big CZW fan. So, little tidbit of information about me: I've never been to a WWE event, but I've been to the Tournament of Death as a fan. So, shows you where
what graduating class of Tournament of Death are you? Please.
It was 11, the one that had Numazawa Jackie, Danny Havoc was on it. Matt Tremont wrestled
Takeda.
Yes, and Necro Butcher first round.
Takeda was there.
It was good.
Hey,
I drove 11 hours
Tommy,
from Massachusetts.
Questions from the viewers. Why do you think
Yes.
humans have been obsessed with watching violence all throughout history?
Great question.
I mean, that is a great question. I often refer to like people are more willing to suspend their belief for deathmatch wrestling because of like it goes back to like the gladiator days. Like it's as long as humans been around, they wanted to see some fucked up shit. I feel like it ties into that adrenaline rush that other people get from seeing some fucked up shit. They don't necessarily want to be involved in the crazy shit, but they want to see some shit. It's like when you see a fight at school and everybody like surrounds it. The like modern deathmatch wrestling fans remind me of that fight in high school so much. Everybody's got their phones out, and it's that mob mentality where everybody swarms and follows the action. It very much reminds me of like that's the closest that I can like explain to somebody who's never been involved in it. It's like getting into a fight in high school, you know, unless you were a kid and you didn't do those things.
Another one, if I can acai moonsault off of that, is how people stop to look at an accident. I intentionally do not want to look because I don't want to see real death. I only want to see pretend death. But like every other Joe Schmo is rubbernecking to see the lady spilt out the front windshield, to see the fucking body that's been thrown. They're stopping to look at that. And that is a visceral thing that we as humans crave.
It's very taboo. Seeing something like that is like taboo. It's like you're not supposed to see a mangled fucking body. So
Hey,
it's like you're not supposed to see fucking people fighting. It's like it's not natural.
Thomas,
so
what wrestler made you finally say, yo, I want to do this shit?
Man, that's a tough one. I can't
I'm just
necessarily
reading the viewers' questions. I beg the
So give us amount.
You're good.
All right, so for me, when I was breaking into wrestling, I was young. So like when I started watching Ring of Honor, the Briscoe brothers were both too young to wrestle in Pennsylvania. So like I really looked up to the Briscoe brothers because I was like, oh, I'm 16, I'm too young to wrestle. Like if those fucking kids can do it, I can do it. So like my finish is the J Driller. Like though, like Jay and Mark Briscoe were very much high on my list
That
of
sounds
guys.
so unsafe.
What, the J Driller?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it's unsafe.
Dude, if I showed up to
Outside.
a Penn Wrestling show and it was like, oh, you're fighting Tommy Trainwreck. It's like, oh, cool. Hey, what's your finish? J Driller. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't know you.
Hey, you gotta. I've been doing it for like 10 years, so it's one of those things.
Oh,
It's like,
boy.
Now describe
Okay,
to the
all
viewers
right.
what the
I'm
J Driller
just-
exactly
I'm letting
is.
my own fear and neuroses rule the interview. I'm
No,
sorry.
I mean,
Explain to
It's-
Pat.
it's
Explain
just-
to Pat.
A
At the
bigger
end of the
guy
day,
like
that's-
Tommy, I'd be more willing to take a Jay Driller from him than Jay Briscoe.
It's like you
I got a
go,
lot
even
of
though you
thoughts.
show up to
I
an
know
event,
that's a
and
lie.
you're wrestling
It looks
Jimmy
like it
Lloyd,
hurts
and it's
more.
like, oh, Jimmy Lloyd, what do you want to do in the match? He's like, well, I'm going to give you a second rope tombstone. It's like, no, I don't think I want to do that.
Hey, some people aren't about that life. You know what I mean? At the
I'm
end
sorry,
of the
yeah,
day.
I
Dude,
guess that's why,
a
that's
lot
why I'm
of
doing a
things-
pod.
Dude,
That's
a
why I'm
lot of things, a lot of things factor into that though, Pat. Because if Jimmy's fighting Marco Stunt and he calls that spot for Marco Stunt, Marco's gonna be like, "Fuck yeah," because Marco's a tiny little guy. So Jimmy can 100% control him and tombstone him off the second rope.
I don't know about that. Hey, all right, let's move on. I'm
Well-
sorry. I'm sorry to make it personal. NYO Ho says, what was it like wrestling Masada on Insane 8?
Dude, it was one of those things. It's like Masada's like one of those guys that's viewed as like a gatekeeper of this business, right? He's one of those
He's an
guys
OG.
that's considered a
Friend of
fucking
the show,
measuring
friend of the
stick.
show.
There's no
Did he beat the fuck out of you?
obviously, yeah, it's fucking Masada,
Masada, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's Masada. You don't fucking go in there and not get the shit beat out of you. But you just gotta
You're
fight
like,
him
who the
back.
fuck
Did you
is
beat
this
the
guy
shit out of
called?
Masada? God damn it!
He likes the
Well,
shit
that
beat
matters.
out of him.
Yeah, it's a badge of honor. You have to fucking earn it. Don't go in there.
Did you lay it back into him?
You have to, right?
Dude.
You
Like,
have
that's
to.
the
or
only
you're gonna
way.
get
That's
eaten alive.
all you got.
That's all you can do. Is just hope. And there's a pretty fucking gnarly clip of him giving me the skewers where he fucking stabs me in the forehead like a bunch of times, and I get pretty bloody. And then that's all well and good. What was really fun was when he took the skewers and he removed them. But when he removed them, he snapped them as he removed them. So that was a nice touch. I was like, very cool. Very cool.
Hey,
is
what's
very
worse,
cool when
the
he does
Jay
that shit.
Driller or the Steiner driver?
Steiner driver, dude. All day. All day.
Come
I
on.
feel like the J drill is pretty safe, dude. And like to what Larry was saying, bigger guys do it, dude. I have a lot of thighs. You know what I mean? It's
That's
like,
what I'm saying, dude. Pat
It's a-
don't
it's a-
know.
Yo, no,
Or
but your
no.
thighs can so snap my neck into 1,000 pieces, dude.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
it's
if you
better
got a
to
paper net,
fucking
that's
land on the
fine.
thighs than the fucking neck.
Either way, I'm dead. Jay Driller,
No, dude, no.
give me a rock bottom and call it a day.
yeah.
Tom, who would you put on your American Death Match Mount Rushmore?
Great question, Brian.
Okay, so now Mount Rushmore is in like all time or like just my personal
Like the
favorite?
the fathers, like the forefathers, like the people you would put
Like
on
you
the
have
mountain.
to go on a
the mount-
fucking
your
scaffold
Mount
and
Rushmore.
etch all of their faces
Like
into
you're etching the
stone.
faces into
Okay.
stone for death match wrestling in this very year of 2024. Who would you put on the
Are we
Mount
doing
Rushmore?
USA? We should do all time
USA.
worldwide.
Well, now we've always done USA.
All right, USA.
Yeah, we have always done USA.
It has to be Terry Funk. There's no American Death Match without Terry Funk, first and foremost. Nick Gage. Matt Tremont. Oh, fuck, man. I want to say Schlack. Who else is like embodies current deathmatch wrestling more than fucking
That's a
Schlack,
legendary.
dude?
That's a legendary Mount Rushmore, I would say.
Like they've all been the fucking guy at a different point in time for different reasons. And like there's some people I left off of that list. Like honorary mention
course.
goes to like Zandig, you know what I mean? Like there's plenty of guys that could be mentioned, but I think that all those dudes were the flag bearer at one point. or
That's
another.
your. It's fun because it's your specific Mount Rushmore. Everyone would have their own take on the Mount Rushmore, but whoever paid for that Mount Rushmore put those presidents on the motherfucker. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. All right, another question from the Rhinestone Cowboy. His thought of a cowboy tonight was one fictional character that you could beat up, that you could just beat the fuck out of. Because
I would give Captain Crunch the hands, dude.
Captain Crunch.
100%. That son of
Wow.
a bitch.
Interesting.
What's
Yeah,
your cap- what's your
what do you
problem,
have
Captain
against
Crunch?
Me and the captain got beef, right? We got heat. It's a long-standing heat.
It scratches
Are you
your
allergic?
mouth.
Are you
If
allergic to
you
Captain-
don't have
Oh,
the
it
right amount of milk-
definitely hurts my mouth. I broke a tooth one time on a crunch berry, dude.
on a crunch. See,
but
fuck
like
that.
it was a
fuck
baby
Captain
tooth,
Crunch,
and
dude.
I swallowed it. So this is why I have beef with the captain. Now every time I eat some Captain Crunch, I gotta look at his smug ass face in the box.
That's a
I
fair
know that
beef, dude.
Him to shove, dude. He would get the head.
Valid. Valid.
Wow, I kind of love that. Like, I kind of love that so much.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
how about this? Let's talk about some fucking movies and music. We have been discussing for many, many weeks who the top guy in horror is. And Larry hates Art the Clown.
I don't hate him.
Yeah, he kind of hate him.
You don't hate Art the Clown. You were upset by his icon.
You're kind of upset to
people
his rise.
considering him an icon.
I am upset with the youth. Whoever's the generation like underneath me, like trying to catch up to like the shit that my generation, like that was actually the old generation, kind of paved the way for that shit to even be in the conversation.
Thomas, who is your all-time favorite horror icon?
For me, it's Michael Myers. Personally, I think that Jason is a close second, but there's been too many shitty Jason movies for me to really say like Jason's the man. You know, I feel like the Michael Myers like series has had more redemption in its more recent movies, as opposed to like Jason has kind of been left off on like I just think like Jason in Space.
Yeah, he's like left. He got kind of left off.
Yeah, he never got his remake that was good and is relevant anymore. So I would have to say Michael Myers is probably the guy. And not to disrespect Art the Clown, but he don't have the street cred. He hasn't been around long enough, I don't think, to be considered the GOAT. I think that the Terrifier movies are good. I think they're.
But you got to agree, he's the top guy right now.
Oh, currently, yes.
He's currently the top guy.
100%.
I
There's
would
no
not
argument.
say that either, but he ain't no icon yet.
Hey,
when we talk in the name of horror movie, if you talk in the name of horror movie icon, it's like that time when Stone Cold asked that girl on Tupperno what her favorite match was, and she was like, "Oh, Alicia Fox versus whoever." And Stone Cold's like, "Your favorite match of all time."
Right,
Alicia Fox versus I don't even remember
like
what it
Tom. Well, that's the thing. You want somebody to answer it like Tommy just did, where it's like, okay, my GOAT is Mike, and I respect what Art's doing currently. But if you ask somebody who their favorite icon is, and they say Art, fuck them.
They don't know.
Yeah, they don't know that. If somebody's all-time favorite is Art the Clown, they don't know shit.
I assume that they're on TikTok for a lot of time.
So are you saying? So are you saying? Yeah. Are you saying in 20 years that if someone's favorite is Art the Clown, then that's acceptable?
In 20 years, maybe.
Yeah.
In 20 years, maybe. Yeah.
No. 20 years of Art is when we can start at least mentioning him in the name of icon.
No, because in 20 years,
like
if you can tell whoever, like, oh,
now or some shit.
Nah, because if 20 years you can tell somebody like, oh, I crowdfunded Terrifier 2. I threw $25 at Terrifier 2. 20 years from now, that might be worth some cred, dude.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Thank you,
Because like, how many Terrifiers are we going to be at in 10 years?
Hey, Thomas from Cameron Brack, what's the toughest tournament you've been in?
So the Insane 8 tournament was pretty tough, but the toughest one I've been in was the Murder City Deathmatch Cup for Horror Slam this past year, because I got pretty fucking mangled in the first round by a pane of glass, and I had to wrestle a few more times. So for me, that was the toughest one, because that was the most horrific injury I've gotten in wrestling, period. It took
Horror Slam does pretty wild shit, dude.
Yeah, dude, and I was late to the fucking show. So, like, the first time I seen the panes of glass was when I made my entrance and I was in the ring. And they were like these fucking tinted, dark panes of glass.
Ugh.
And I was like, well, here we go. And we broke like fucking 6 panes. And it was the very last one that got me. And it just got me really fucking pretty gnarly, dude. So, yeah, that was probably my worst one. I was very fucking injured.
Did you go to the hospital?
No, hell no. I didn't go to the hospital. I fucking put a bandage on it, taped it up, and then the next day went to GCW with fucking Redacted, and he got all tore up wrestling John Wayne Murdoch.
Oh, that was
those
recent?
same pains. Yeah, this was in like 2 months ago in Detroit.
Detroit. We built this city.
Are you wrestling at the Horror Slam ICW event?
Correct. I am wrestling Otis Kogar
Ooh.
for the first time one-on-one.
That's very exciting.
Yes, Battle of the Big Boys, you know? It's one of those things that people love them some beef. We'll just say that.
I love beef.
Sure do. Me too.
It's a meat match.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You
Certainly
know
is.
You know what it is? It's a monsters battle.
I got another one coming up. I got 2 big debuts coming up. Not this weekend, next week I'm debuting for Ruthless Pro Wrestling against Remington Roar, fighting for the Kamikaze Championship. And then the very next week is No Holds Barred in Detroit. So got a couple big weeks coming up over here, you know?
Will you be flying yourself to Japan to wrestle for ICW?
Will you be flying yourself to Detroit? Will you be flying yourself to Japan?
I'm gonna say decline to say. I don't know. If the situation
flying himself to Detroit.
If the situation arises where see, I'm not gonna shit on anybody because this is a thing that, like, if you know, you know, a lot of guys do fucking fly their way. So it's one of those situations.
Dude, if I was trying to pine my craft on a promotion that I thought had more eyeballs on them than I had on me, I'd fly my fucking self to, dude. And you know,
if you want to go to Japan, that's the opportunity that arises. It's business, dude. You know what I mean?
Listen, Larry Legend should be flown out.
I don't know about all that. There's no real need
but,
for an American.
I'll drive to Florida for like half the gas money and and 15% of the cash.
You say that, but see,
I want to show
to
10 people. I'll do that. I don't want to hate on anybody for paying their own way to Japan, especially not an entire promotion.
Shit's expensive. It's like you know what I mean, like $1,200 for a flight to Japan. So I've been told. So it's one of those things.
It's very, very expensive. It's very, very.
Oh
hard
yeah,
to
I mean, but if you're going to invest in yourself, like you said, if you think that the promotion you're working for, or the place you're working for, has enough eyes on it that it's worth it, you know what I mean? Like that.
Right,
that's money
you know,
spent.
you believe in your own fucking presentation. So yeah, I'll fucking pay to go do the thing over there.
In
Cork
and Hall,
my craft, but don't make me set up fucking Ringwood.
Got to.
I always compare it to music and shit. Like when you go on tours,
please.
when you go on tours,
listen, there was a lot of traffic. I paid my own way. I paid my own flight, my own hotel. There was a lot of traffic. I couldn't get there early enough to help you carry the boards.
But you gotta understand, man. Like that's it's part of it, dude. You know what I mean? Whether we like it or not.
I know. He saw
MJF
carrying ROH barricades in the Hammerstein Ballroom. He knows.
You got to, you know, and especially in Japan, like all those guys doing it. It doesn't matter if they're the fucking stars or not. That they're all carrying the ring and they're all setting that shit up.
$10,000 to bring myself to Japan, I would probably carry shit too.
When GCW runs a tour in Japan, you think those guys are paying their own flights to go to Japan?
I wouldn't think so. Would you?
No, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not sure.
GCW has that Orange Crush money.
GCW is arguably like the biggest indie, so you would imagine that they are making enough money to be able to fly their whole roster, I would say. And honestly, I would say the same for ICW.
You would think.
Well, yeah,
I have to go. I have to go. I have to go now for real. I'm sorry, Tommy. Thanks for coming on. And take it away, Tommy. Y'all.
Give us first where we can find you, and second, what your dream match is.
Okay.
Or flip them. I don't know.
You want to flip them? Yeah, let's do the dream match first. So for me, man, there's one match that really stands out that I need to have, and that's against Matt Tremont. Because to me,
it's a meat match.
It is, but there's nobody better than Matty. You know, like Matt, he's one of those guys that's a generational talent. And Trainwreck, Bulldozer, it kind of just writes itself, man. It's one of those things. I get compared to him a lot. I'm a fat bald dude with a beard who does death matches. And it's tough to not be in somebody like Tremont Shadow in that realm. That's why I don't wear bandanas and shit like that, because that'll just tie into that all. So it's like, if I could have one match and like retire happy, it would be me versus Tremont 1-on-1, and sprinkle some glass in there. You know,
I love that. I mean, your forehead is so much cleaner than his. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't have the flux.
I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. But you could do like maybe a match with Tree and do like a fork or two.
Yeah, man, I'm lucky. I'm just bald, dude. All my scars are on the top of my head and shit. More so, shoot style, brother.
Do
you know?
do you strive to have what Matt has on his head? Is that what you want for
No.
yourself?
What does anybody really strive to have that?
Well, I mean, if you want to be a fucking legend when you're dead,
depends on. Yeah, I mean, depends on. Like, I don't think Matt's a legend because he has a unicorn fucking flexing back. I think that. You know, like, I'm just gonna say that. I think that if that was
That's
gone,
100% facts. No,
Yeah.
no, it just
It's a
adds.
big
It
part of
adds
it.
to the lore. It adds to the lore.
It does. It does. But it's one of those things. It's like
That shit might be bleeding.
me
as we
personally,
speak.
no, I don't want that necessarily. You know, no.
All right,
Please
well,
not.
I'm just saying that there is room in the world for 2 black Abdul the Butchers.
yeah. Fuck off, dude.
Yo, plug this show in March one more time, dude. Boulevard
All
Boys
right,
are
dude.
happy to fucking support you and support the
Thank
fucking
you.
show. And guess what?
What?
We never go anywhere because of Brian's insistence on making us in danger. But we might fucking travel to this show in March,
Hey,
dude.
fucking A, dude. Let's do it.
We're
Let's
welcome.
do it.
We're welcome.
Yes, Larry's gonna be there.
Sponsors.
Can I make an announcement on the show, dude? So this is news that just got signed like fucking yesterday. So the Death Wish Cup on March 1st will be live streamed on IWTV. Fucking mic drop. We just
Let's
signed the deal
go.
with IWTV.
Damn, if,
We'll
if
be-
you're doing IWTV, maybe we shouldn't go. Maybe
Why?
Brian should stay home then.
Yeah. Hey, man.
No, we're
Listen,
coming. We're coming.
Because
We're
who
coming.
knows what we're gonna say between then and now?
We're gonna
Now
promote
then.
the fuck out of it. We're gonna promote the fuck out of it.
Yeah, man. So it's our first deathmatch tournament. We have 14 of the most vicious deathmatch competitors from across the country competing. I'm focusing a lot on gimmicks in this tournament. It's not just gonna be an overload of glass. There'll be a variety of deathmatch fuckery. It won't just be tubes and tubes and tubes. There will be fucking tubes and panes and all that other good stuff. But there will also be stipulations like wire and ice and home improvement death matches and things like that nature. We'll have a little bit of variety because variety is the spice of life.
Yo,
And that's
you know what?
what
I've
up?
heard enough. I officially guarantee that not only will Larry be hosting it, but Brian and I will be there.
Let's do it.
We're gonna be there.
Let the man
Let's do it.
finish, Patrick.
All right,
No,
what
I
else?
like it, dude. I hope you guys come. It's gonna be a fucking hell of a show. So tickets are on sale on Eventbrite. Death Wish Cup. You search Death Wish Cup on Eventbrite. They're on our Facebook page. We Love Wrestling. And that's spelled with a 3 instead of an E in wrestling because apparently other people also love wrestling. So we had to do something to make ourselves a little different, and we put the
So
old,
we with a 3.
yes, we would wrestling with the 3.
Oh, wrestling with a 3.
Yes,
Got it.
that's across all the socials. That's YouTube, TikTok, all the places you might want to follow us. So already announced for this tournament, we have Dr. Redacted taking on Dysfunction and a Doors of Death match. Just announced this week, we have Remington Roar taking on Michael Kruger and an ultra violent baptism death match, which is going to be cross-shaped bundles, cross-shaped boards. Heard some rumors about a tea-light candle board. I don't know if you've ever seen a tea-light candle board, but we're talking some deep South shit here, brother. Some shit that some unique weapons that you don't get to see every day. So
I've never heard of
we
that
still
before.
got 5 first-round matches to announce, including guys like John Wayne Murdoch, Dmitry Alexandrov, Bryant Woods, Hoodfoot. This fucking tournament stacked, dude. If you love deathmatch wrestling, this is definitely gonna be the fucking tournament to be at. And speaking of which, there's 17 front row tickets left for this event, and it's all the way in March. So, needless to say, we're expecting a fucking sellout for the inaugural Death Wish Cup, dude. So it's gonna be pretty lit. And if you can't make it, then watch that shit on IWTV.
100%. Well, we appreciate you, dude. Thank you for fucking coming.
Appreciate you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me, dude. I'm sorry I'm not that controversial and I didn't really stir any shit.
No,
but
it was very fun. It was
Thanks
fun.
for having
It was
me, dude.
That was
enjoyable.
great. Thank you for letting us take advantage of you.
Yes.
it was one of the more enjoyable experiences being taken advantage of for sure.
Yo, and you know what? Yeah, cheers to relationships to come and to March 1st, a beautiful deathmatch weekend for all. Oh, I dropped it. Boulevard Bullies fans and lovers and members.
Thank you, Tomathan.
Bye.
Peace.
You're still here, Tommy.
I'm leaving.
That was good.
Well, there you have it, Brian.
He was a good guest.
That guy seemed like a nice guy.
He seemed like a nice guy, dude.
That guy seemed like a nice guy. I like that guy.
Yeah. I like Tommy Trainwreck. Friend of the show. I didn't get to show everybody what they're gonna get for the giveaway.
Oh, the new giveaway. The new giveaway.
The new giveaway, dude. This weekend is the Nicolas Gage Invitational. The no Nick Gage Invitational. The no Gage Invitational. So we're giving away these 3 trading cards from the History of GCW trading card deck. They are the Nick Gage Invitational cards. I like these cards because it has the
Hey, Tony Norman,
has the
thank you
card
for
on the
saying
back.
that we did a good interview. I tried to take advantage of him as best as I could. Wow,
like
Brian.
these cards.
Wow, what a piece of history.
Also, we're giving away this Schlack CD, the Crippler, Horror Pain Gore. Put it out. We're giving this away, the Crippler. It's cracked, but it's sealed. So
wait, do
with
it
that
again.
what you
Just
will.
show them all. Show everything that you can win.
Nick Gage Invitational this weekend. No Gage Invitational. Stop. Knock down the weed shit. So yeah, this weekend is
Incredible.
the Nick Gage Invitational. Are you excited?
Not really. Do you know who's in it? Who's in it? Isn't it in Orlando and TRAINWRECK is going to win and retire?
I'm pretty sure it's in New Jersey at the Showboat.
Oh shoot.
But
What do I know?
You don't know anything.
No,
I'm going to tell you.
Teach me.
I'm going to
Brian.
tell you. The NGI 9. The field right now. It's Violento Jack versus Drew Parker. It is a 4-way match for the Ultraviolent Championship. Belt is being defended in this opening round 4-way match. It's Dr. Redacted, Brandon Kirk, Tommy Vendetta, and Tank.
Wow.
And then that's for the opening round. And then you get Rina Yamashita versus Takayuki Uki. I don't know if I said that right. Takayuki Yuki.
I feel like you did.
Okay.
Brian.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then John Wayne Murdoch versus the retiring Sawyer Wreck. A lot of people are very upset by this Brandon Kirk 4-way match as the opening match because it's like everybody thinks that everybody just is assuming that it's like poor wrestling booking because they just think that Brandon Kirk is going to beat all these guys in this opening round match for the Ultraviolent title.
Well, if you had to guess, who do you think would win?
The whole thing?
The whole fucking thing, dude.
I either have to say Brandon Kirk or Sawyer Wreck.
I think it's going to be a TRAINWRECK retirement tour. Hey, can you show that knife that you have on the wall that was made by Masada? People are asking for it in the chat.
Yeah, dude,
Look at this shit,
it's hung on
dude.
my wall, dude. It's the murder. It's a trench knife, if you will. I'll take it out.
Show hold it up as you do this.
Gotta be careful, bro. This shit, dude.
Higher,
I'm gonna tell you,
higher. Hold it up
I
higher.
have, bro. By the hand of Masada,
That thing looks fucking deadly, dude.
dude. I'm gonna tell you right now. There was this thick ass fucking carpet, this under carpet like thing that makes the carpet stick, and I couldn't cut it with anything in the house. Not a scissor would cut it. Not a different knife. I took this thing out, dude, like butter through the thick shit. Exiled artifacts.
Oh, that's so dope.
He put that. I actually have there's a throwing star. I have a throwing star up there, also made by Masada.
Dude,
That's harder-
I feel
that's harder
like
to
my
take off the
birthday is
wall.
next month. I need somebody to email Masada and tell him that Patrick from the Blvd Bullies wants that exact thing that he made for Brian. I don't even want a new idea. I just want
He
that
makes cool
too.
shit. He makes really cool shit. This
I just
trend,
want that too, dude.
He's made other trench like I follow his exiled artifact shit, and I saw this get posted in a different color. Like
Yeah, I want
this is
like that and nunchucks.
this is if you can't tell, but it's like maroon. It's like a purple. It's like purple, which is sick. It's just, and he like carved that too, dude. I don't even. It's like sick as fuck.
And he did it with hate in his heart. That's the most important part,
dude.
you know. Like
Masada, dude. Yeah, but the NGI. You don't give a fuck.
Tell me the rest of the combatants.
I did. I told you every single one.
All right, I forgot.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that everybody's upset that Dr. Redacted is in this opening round 4-way match. Like there could have been.
He's in a non-tournament match.
No, it is a tournament. It's a tournament match that it's the only.
Well, he's probably going to win
4-way
it.
Dude, Brendan Kirk just won the Ultra Violent Championship, and this match is for the Ultra Violent Championship. He's defending. He's Brendan Kirk is defending the Ultra Violent Championship throughout this tournament.
Who is it again? Who are the
Brendan
four?
Kirk.
Who are the four in this match?
Brandon Kirk, Dr. Redacted, Thomas Vendetta, and Tank.
Yeah, maybe Tank wins.
It's all it's very funny because it's all ICW regular guys.
Huh.
All the other matches are not ICW regulars. This match
that's
is like
so
specifically
fascinating, Brian. I would love to say right here on this pod that I was going to watch it.
So say it.
I would love to say right here live on this pod that I'm going to watch it for the show.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would love to say that I was going to watch it for the show.
So what are you going to say it for?
Yeah, I'm just saying I would love to.
So you're not going to say it. You would love to.
And, you know, I just want to go back to Mittens, who thinks that because somebody wished death upon his mother, that karma is rewarding him with that person dying. Man,
That's hypocritical shit. It's very hypocritical
seems
and
a
weird.
little aggressive. Seems a little
Very
selfish.
aggressive. Very
Seems
selfish,
like you're
very
bending
hypocritical.
karma to meet your own. And for someone who might
Anthony
say that the
Deppen too.
Blvd
Anthony
Bullies
Deppen
took
too. He felt the same
advantage
way.
of just a guy in a park,
Dark Park.
you know, maybe you're somebody who hasn't had to sit as one of 4 persons playing GoldenEye on the N64, where you have to trust the other person to not look at your screen. And the people who act like this are the ones who are always looking at your screen.
Does looking at the other person's screen
They were
even
just
fucking help?
looking at the other person's screen and saying to themselves, I'm the best.
You know, I don't think looking at another person's screen gives you an advantage.
Well, I mean, it gives you a little bit of an advantage
How?
because you know where they are. So, like, even if you're a bad shot, even if you're not good at aiming, you manage to get the jump on them, and then like you could get like 2 or 3 shots.
So you're saying it's harder without split screen?
You would need to have 2 different TVs facing each other or opposed.
Modern multiplayer, there is no split screen. It's all online.
Yeah, but but that brings its own problems because the other person's just like you're dropping into a game and the other person's like a 3,000-hour person.
Well, not if you're playing like a simple game with your friends.
Nah,
like from home.
nothing
If we're playing like
simple
fucking
online now.
Mario, if we're playing like Mario Party from our homes.
Well, Mario Party in the homes, that's like that's fair. That's fair.
That's what I'm saying. That's like modern
Everybody's using the same. There's a control. Everybody's using the same method. Everybody's passing the paddle.
You can do the same thing in a shooting game. You can, if we're playing like capture the flag and it's just me and you
I'd
capturing
fucking
each
kill
other's
you.
flags,
I'd fucking
they're going to kill each other.
I'll kill
Exactly.
You. I'll fucking
Right.
kill you.
Fucking kill each other.
I'll murder you in cap. How
Can we
dare
do
you?
deathmatch drama in the last 15 minutes?
Hey, deathmatch drama. Brian, what's going on now? I mean, I did find this new shirtless Chad Mims photo, which I made. Hold on, let me just change it real quick.
Oh,
Which I made the countdown.
If we want to pull the curtain back a little, the night I went to see, the night we went to see Dying Fetus, I drunk DM'd Chad Mims and tried to be his friend.
Wait, what?
I
Brian,
drunk DM'd Chad Mims, and I asked him if he actually wants to fight me, and why? Because I'm drunk and I'm here to talk about it.
And what did he say?
Should I read you the messages?
Please, Brian. Oh my God.
Deathmatch drama, baby. He did. He answered one message. I was very drunk.
All right,
Dying
take me
Fetus.
back to the very beginning.
I made Amanda, my wife, was extremely mad at me, and I was texting Mims.
So text, send me, bring me back to the first.
I'm gonna read it to you. Hey, I'm drunk at Dying Fetus show. Do you actually want to fight me? Because I'm willing to talk about it. In the end, I honestly don't know you or really care, but have only ever engaged with you because of the vibe given. I'm interested to know your thoughts. And then he said,
Wow.
Currently, yes. I think you go well beyond the line. When I talked about XPW, I was the stalker. Yet every day it's about GCW and not things like making sure Nick doesn't die.
This makes no sense to me. Continue.
That's what he said. That was his response.
And what did you say?
Basically, this is me being very drunk. This is me. He hasn't looked at this yet. I'm waiting for him to post this on the internet and say something. But I said, fuck lines. In the end, we are all just fans of the shit. I only talk about the things I am intrigued in. I know I may be offensive, but instead of violence, why not just give a rebuttal that give facts? You say I'm a piece of shit, but you work with Larry Legend, who is also a part of us. We should be teaming together to make the scene better. Come on, bullies, and do an interview. You may not agree with me, but in the end, it's all objective and shouldn't matter. So there's that. There's that curtain pulled.
So what did he say?
He didn't answer. This is left on unread, unlooked at messages. So there's that. That's not even a deathmatch drama.
He's not going to come on the show.
I mean, who knows? I thought that was a very friendly message. He doesn't want to look at it because he knows I'm friendly.
I love this for you, Brian. I love this for you.
That wasn't even the drama. That's not even the drama.
What's the drama?
I made a post on the new Deathmatch Elite 2.0. And what I did, I'm going to read you the post because the post actually still exists.
Read it.
On Blvd Bullies Elite is the alternative
and by
of the
way,
alternative.
Everybody please join Blvd Bullies Elite pullover hoodies. Available soon.
1 second. I'm going to pull it. Yeah, Blvd Bullies Elite. It is the alternative of the alternative to the alternative.
The alternative of the alternative to the alternative to the alternative.
Right. Not many people post on it yet. It's growing. It's growing. I wonder who is paying their own way to go to Japan with ICW and who the company is covering. Larry Legend never made it to the UK, but Bobby Banks is making it to Japan. Seems interesting. Either way, it will be awesome to see the chains debut in the land of the rising sun.
Wow, that's so lame.
I put a little face of Larry Legend.
Brian,
I put a little face of Larry Legend.
why would you do that?
That post then got deleted from Deathmatch Elite
Just because
2.0.
it's toxic. Because you're being toxic.
What, by asking a legitimate question?
Well, we
That's a
all
th- that's a
know
thought.
that there was a whole situation that led to Larry coming aboard, talking about his plane tickets. But that doesn't mean that the powers that be haven't turned over a new leaf. And how dare you bring up the past? How dare you?
Why are people not allowed to have thoughts and opinions?
Well, I mean, just ask your favorite pro wrestlers that.
They all want to beat me up for having
so
thoughts and opinions.
So go on. So this post was what? Deleted?
It was deleted. And then a post was made by one Andy Lawler, the Lord and Father of Deathmatch Elite.
Well, I mean, isn't it true that Kevin Gill has sucked up with his fucking mouth the power vacuum that is Deathmatch Elite? And he's doing like a Johnny Sack, a Tony Soprano type thing where he's allowing Andy Lawler to feel like he's in control, but really Kevin Gill is the one who jumped all over the IP.
I think that Kevin Gill is more of just like a proponent. He's not a succubus. He's like a propeller. He's a propeller of things that he likes. You know, he loves hardcore music. So he'll just like talk about it and like do things to help it. So he loves deathmatch wrestling, you know?
Thank God.
So he'll do like a little thing to help with deathmatch.
Because, you know, because Andy Lawler wouldn't have started Deathmatch Elite 2.0 unless it was for the insightful fucking ingenuity of Kevin Gill, who wasn't even involved in the origin, going ahead and starting it for them as if they were too stupid to do it themselves. Thank you, Kevin.
I would say that there might be some of the original moderators who I'll keep their names nameless because I'm a respectful guy. Some of the original moderators are not too happy that Kevin Gill took it upon himself to do that. And did not remove himself once it got
once the foundation was built.
Right, he did a nice thing.
Because if you were about it, if you were really about it, you would facilitate.
But Kevin Gill seems like more of a hands-off kind of guy, though. He's not really the one that is doing the moderations of the posts.
Sure.
I'm just saying. He's not the one
that you posted something,
right?
And your final straw that broke the camel's back removed all free speech from the group 2.0.
Right.
And that every single post now, because you have Kevin Gill and Andy Lawler and whoever the hell else working around the clock to appease Brett Lauderdale and not get shut down again. Every single thing that gets posted needs to be approved or disavowed.
Right. My post got deleted.
Brian?
Well, it is true. It is true. Let me tell you. I'm going to tell you the post. Once my post was removed, this post from the Lord of Deathmatch Elite, Andy Lawler, post approval back on. Sorry. Try to be respectful. There are other groups for edgy content.
Bullies Elite.
And then
Bullies Elite.
Is that really edgy? Okay, now my question to you is asking questions really edgy content? What's edgy about my question? I would say that I've made. This is deathmatch drama, baby. You should see the comments or even the fun. Everyone is saying it's because of me. Everyone knows it's because of the post that I posted.
I just feel like it's a conspiracy to blame you to control free speech. It's like a microcosm of the entire fucking planet right now, honestly. They're blaming you, and now they're controlling free speech, Brian.
I think that, I mean, what is post approval is still, my posts still get
Well, who
approved.
even still uses Facebook is another good question.
Well, so you use it now too. I see you posting in Blvd Bullies Elite.
Well, I'm liking things that I see that you have led the agitation of.
Well, Lucy, you just answered your own goddamn question. You use it.
All right. I don't know what else to say. It's 1 hour and 55 minutes into the episode.
You have nothing else.
Larry bailed on us long ago.
He has to take his lovely fucking godson to his night school.
Do we want to say anything like hyper hateful and like very controversial real quick, just so that the haters can screen record? Do we want to? What's like the most hateful take in this moment? You know, just to make sure that everybody knows that we're taking advantage of the situation. Like, what's the hottest take?
Brett Lauderdale is a sneaky, lying, manipulative man.
Okay.
Where we did not say anything disparaging or rude about his family, and that is just a tale he is trying to spin in a wrestling carny way.
Speaking, if they have his genes, they suck.
Now you're doing it. Well, that is true though.
Well, this is a scientific.
They also,
not
but
really
it's not just his. They share a whole line of genes.
Well,
so
okay,
there's a chance. There's a chance.
Too far,
there's,
Brian.
you
Let's not take it too far.
You don't know. You don't
Let's just
know.
move past.
Give the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, because Nick said the
give
thing,
the
and then his
benefit
phone
of the
died.
doubt. The benefit of the
And
doubt.
like,
is
could
where
he have had a fake goatee in that moment? All right, hey, listen. If you are somebody who takes death of your enemies lightly, and you think just because they insulted you with words that their whole family should die, if that happens and you're happy about it, I'm not even mad at you. I mean, you're an asshole, but I wouldn't even be mad at you if you were happy that the person you hate's family died. But if that happened and you went on Facebook claiming that karma is a thing because that happened, then I hope you die. And I consider you an enemy, not only to the Blvd Bullies, but also to just logical thought as a whole. So, karma is real. However, if you're an enemy of ours, go ahead and die fucking slow. Thank you to Tommy Trainwreck, who's a dope fucking dude. Thank you for Larry Legend, who's a dope fucking dude. Thank you to Brian Ginsberg, who's an understood fucking brilliant contributor to the conversation. And thank you to me for putting up with it all. Until next time, out of time. Bye-bye.
Boulevard.